You may be wondering why I have brought out my Plague Marines Heroes set. It has been a very long time since we've looked at them, almost about a year and a half I want to say. But the other day I was at the hobby store playing a game of 40k, and at the table next to us there are a few people playing Kill Team. And Kill Team is something that it was recommended to me a lot when I first started collecting Death Guard, but I never really looked into it. It seemed like its own completely separate game with a rule set which was so different to 40k. I decided to kind of just like leave Kill Team to the side. But seeing these people play it the other day re-sparked that interest and made me want to try it out. So I've brought out the heroes. You can see I've painted 4 of them. I've got 2 that are unpainted, which means that I have 2 in here which I haven't even put together yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish putting them together, painting them all up. Now these were some of the first Plague Marines that I ever painted, and my painting style has changed a bit. Like, these guys don't even have highlights or anything on them. So I think I'm going to touch up these ones as well. I'm going to have to take some before and after photos so we can kind of see like the differences between them all. Now I've also gone online, and through a secondhand site I managed to find the starter like core rules book and the tokens that you need. So I managed to pick them up for really cheap. They're on their way to my place right now. I think I should receive them in about 3 or 4 days, which should give me enough time to paint up these guys. Once that is done, I'm going to learn how to play Kill Team and we'll have our first game. So yeah, let's get straight to it. As you guys can probably tell, I am still a beginner when it comes to airbrushing. I ended up giving these guys a few more coats this morning, just with a lighter brown color and a darker blue, just to try and mix it up a bit. I'm trying to get better at like gradients and shading and that sort of thing. The green color that I've gone with is very different to the current Plague Marines that I have, which I'm not too worried about because like the armor trim and the other little bits and pieces is really going to tie them all together. For me, it's more about like trying these things out and learning things. Also, my color range when it comes to my airbrush at the moment is very limited. I have like a starter set and a couple of paints I've picked up from the store, and that is about it. Now, changing the topic slightly, this arrived in the mail for me today, so I'm very excited to open this up and see what is inside. And I also picked up these Plague Marine data cards, which I believe are similar to like the index cards which you get in 40k. It's still sealed. I haven't opened up any of this yet. I figured we'd open it up together to see kind of like what's in it all. And this probably isn't new to a lot of you. I'm not too sure how long this stuff has actually been out. Let's try oh, okay, looks like I'm going to have to rip this one. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get these Plague Marines out of the way as well. Okay, I'll just move these to the side for a second. Looks like we've got a kind of like a poster or something. Oh, there is like a cutting symbol here. Am I meant to cut these out? I wonder what these are for. I wonder if these are meant to be like wound counters, just considering how many there are. I have watched a couple of battle reports on YouTube now, and I think for the most part people tend to use dice for wound counters, so I'm not sure what I'll do with that. And yeah, here we go. So we've got the starter handbook and we've got all of these tokens. Now I wasn't too sure how these were, what they were going to look like, because on the image that I saw when I purchased this, it looked like it was just on like thick paper or something like that. But this is actually really nice. It's like MDF, I think it might be called. Now in the battle reports that I saw, I did see that they were using these tokens to kind of identify which units had moved. Oops, some of these are falling out, and which ones hadn't. So these ones something to do with concealment. This one's something to do with like engaging or doing some kind of action so that you can shoot and fight. I didn't see them use any of these or these. I don't know what these are. I'm not sure what these are. These are objective markers, little measuring things. That's awesome. I don't know what that is. So I've still got quite a bit of learning to do. Let's take a look at this. Okay, oh, nice. This is like a very beginner book with like how to build. Geez, it's got all the Death Guard in here as well. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to say, the Plague Marine Hero set actually comes with 8 of these guys. And one of them is a double up. So I ended up, here's the double up here. Ended up giving this guy a plasma gun from my Plague Marine bits. Because, you know, you can never have enough special weapons with Plague Marines, that's for sure. Awesome. Okay, I will check this out in my own time. Give that a good read. Now let's check out these data cards. Try really hard not to cut myself here. Okay, we'll get this out of the way for a second as well. Now this is quite a thick pack of cards, so I'm not too sure what's in here, because there's obviously going to be the index-like cards for all of our Plague Marines. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, our 7 Plague Marines, and looks like most of them are one-sided, except for the Malignant Plague Caster, who must have some special abilities. It looks like on this side we've got their weapons, their profiles. Now APL is new to me. I believe that's something to do with like actions and how many actions they can take on their turn. Move is pretty straightforward, save is pretty straightforward, wounds is pretty straightforward. What's really interesting when I was watching the battle reports is damage, they've got a number, then a slash, and then another number. So in Kill Team, I learned that if you get critical hits with weapons, you actually do more damage, which is quite a cool concept. I like that a lot. Wow. Okay. Malignant Plaguecaster, his crit is more than double. So on his entropy, he's got 3 damage, but if he crits, he's got 7 damage. That's really cool. Cool. I will also go through these in my own time. And then it looks like we've got... Okay, so this is kind of like just an overview of what we can run. And then we've got, 3 cards which are faction rules. Disgustingly Resilient, Poison, and Astartes. I'm assuming Astartes is like a common one for all the Space Marines or Chaos Space Marine units. Okay, then we've got a few cards which are faction equipment. Now, I did see in the battle reports I was watching as well that you can bring things like ladders and light barricades in that. So I think there's probably still a few more little bits and pieces which I actually need to pick up to play Kill Team. In terms of Plague Marine specific equipment, we've got Plague Bells, Blight Grenades, Playgrounds, and Poison Vents. So I might have to make some little identifiers for those as well. Maybe I've got so many Nurglings, I could probably use them, turn them into markers. Strategy Ploy. I think these are like our stratagems. Fireflight Ploy. Maybe these are stratagems as well, but you use them in like a different phase. Oh, and then you've got universal equipment here. Okay, so here's all like 2 ladders, utility grenades, explosive grenades. Cool, awesome. this is a really cool set of cards. So like I said, I'm going to go through all of this in my own time, get up to speed. I'm going to get my brushes out next actually and finish painting these plague marines here. And then learning about what they can do, because it looks like although we have 7 units to choose from, we can only choose, we have to have the champion, I believe, and then we can choose 5 of our other guys. So I'm not sure who I'm going to drop. I'll go through these and have a look and see. I'll let you guys know before I go into a game what I'm choosing. But yeah, awesome. Let's get to painting. All right, so one thing that I'm already loving about Kill Team is the fact that this is all I need to take to play a game, pretty much. There's a couple of things that I'm missing, and let me just show you what I've done. I've got all my Plague Marines all painted, and I put a little bit of foam in here in this compartment so I can just transport them really easily. I was contemplating putting some magnets in the bottom of this container, but my icon bearer is slightly too tall, and the point of his pole thing was unfortunately tapping the roof, so decided to go for foam instead. In the middle compartment here, I've got my data cards, which I have read and I understand now. I also need to get some op cards, so I will be getting those and putting them in this middle compartment here too. And then on this side here, I've just got all of my tokens. And I think to have the full kind of Kill Team experience, you also need to get the equipment set, which I will also be putting in this part here. Now I've gone through and read the whole starter handbook rules. This was actually really handy. It gives you a couple of scenarios where you can kind of learn the game in steps. So you learn how to do movement, you learn how to do the shooting, you learn how to do the fighting, which is quite different to 40k. It's similar in the sense of, you know, roll freeze to hit, and but resolving attacks is very different. So it's been really interesting learning that. My brother was actually around the other day and we had a bit of a dummy game. He doesn't play 40k at all. And we managed to play a game, a simple game, and it took us about an hour and a half, and we weren't using stratagems or any equipment or anything like that, but it was more just moving around, doing attacks and blocking attacks. I do have my first game locked in for tomorrow, so wish me luck. I'll make sure to take a bunch of photos and I will report back to you guys on how it went. But in the meantime, let me show you my fully painted Plague Marine Kill Team. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, feel free to like, subscribe, and if you really want to support the channel, check out membership options. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.